from here. Hello everybody. We're presenting something new here that we've been doing. If you looked on our website here, we put out information about Monty's humic acid to be mixed with the fertilizer. And that's this product here. Hoping to have another company that will get a tote that will be buying this and putting on your fields for you or with your fertilizer. And basically it's a way to get the fertilizer to the crop and to the microbes that will carry it to the crop. Now, I have two products here. One of them is a dri-carbon that we got over here, and it's a soil conditioner or whatever, and it has humic in it too. And this is to give the ability for the microbes to grow and take the fertilizer to the crop. A lot of people are pushing biologicals. Well, we're wanting to bring the biologicals that's in your soil back, and this is the way we're doing it through this dri-carbon and with the Humihance, and enhancing the nitrogen and the micronutrients and the minerals in the soil. The micronutrients will carry it to the plants. And I know there's biologicals out there, and that's all good and that, but if the biologicals have died, and a lot of them have in the ground due to over-fertilization or the heavy rains or nano-aluminum particles from the sky that geoengineering has done, I will separate myself from any company on it, but that's my personal feeling. And this is why I had to go out and find my own solutions to the problems that we're dealing with agronomy. My major problem with agronomy, there's not enough research out there, and they hide the research on it. I think everybody's kind of aware of that due to the fact of the COVID. We've had a lot of different things on the shots and stuff. I'm not going in there because everybody knows about it. My most important thing is to make sure the soil is healthy and natural. This is all organic that we're putting on. So I got this stuff in the other day, being there. So I am a farmer. I am a retailer of alfalfa seed. I'm in the alfalfa hay business. You can see I've got hay piled up here for some of my customers and some to sell. So we're getting our machinery ready. It's warm enough where we can work on it. I did buy a new set of conditioning rollers for my hay bine. They cost about $5,000. I had to get some bearings. They're in that box. They cost a couple $100. And then also, just let everybody know, it's getting harder and harder to get parts. So John Deere informed me they can't get one type of older tractor oil filters for it. I got the last of them that they had there or whatever. I got my order in on that part, and I just ordered enough that I need for my season there. But I did order every year. I just sometimes don't run them tractors that much, but this year I might, because I got different plans or whatever. So I got to put these in there. And just to give you an idea, the new John Deere rollers, this is two of them for $5,000. The new John Deere rollers cost $8,000 a piece. So that's a big savings. So thank you to the Cruiser Company and the people. They've got a new conditioning roller that will condition more. Hopefully get my hay dryer. In the past was working on it. Well, I want to bring you over to our new investment here on our farm that my son Kevin is going to be operating and running. I'm trying to keep Kevin involved in the farm. This is a Rogator with an airflow box. And the idea of it is to put fertilizer down the rows of corn after it's up. We're trying to split our applications up, and we also, in the back there, we've got these antennas on the back up here on the cab. We've got GPS, so we've been gridding our fields in 2.5 acre grids, and basically we've got it set up now that I gotta find the app for it. Yeah, I don't know why these phones, every time you know where to look for the app, you got to look someplace else. I don't know why they keep moving all the time. Being there. Okay. Soil Test Pro. We're using a Soil Test Pro. Does that show up on your camera?
Let's see.
Okay, well anyhow, we got to our maps.
Sort of.
Sort of. These are our farms in the blue. And basically we got jobs, and we're going to go to this farm fields. And let me see, we'll take this field here is the one, that yellow one. And we'll walk out there, and it's gridded. This has already been sampled. Let's see if we go to jobs. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. My count. Okay, well, anyhow, we've got this gridded out. It's 20 acres, and we've got 8 samples on that at 2.5 acre grids. So as this goes through each grid, depending on the fertilizer, we can only do one type of fertilizer because we only have one box. Now we do have a lid that flips up, and we can spread micronutrients, which is anywhere from 8 to 30 pounds an acre. And that's run on this motor up here. So right in the back here, we flip a lid and we can put micronutrients in. That's where the dri-carbon is. Since we're selling the dri-carbon, we got to carry it up on the ladder. We're going to put it in on there. So we're going to do that. Spread it for free because we'll be out there spreading the fertilizer. Right now, I do not know what we're going to charge for a straight rate. Most of the nitrogen on a corn, you're not going to GPS. You want to do a straight shot through the field. Now we'll adjust it to different fields. It's up to the farmer. We're not telling the farmer what to put on, how much to put on. That's their decision. Their GPS is their decision. All we're doing is custom application. We've got Rogator tires. We put these tires on for this spring to put our alfalfa and our oats in. So what I intend to do back here on the back of this Rogator is we're going to put our alfalfa seed in there. Putting alfalfa seed in with the potash and the nitrogen and fertilizer and oats, I have a worry about that. The machine can break down, it rains, something happens, and then you got this thing loaded up there, and then I got all this alfalfa seed. So to give you an idea on the alfalfa seed, I put up to about 30 pounds an acre. I'm going to cut back on a little bit of that due to the time of the year. It's warming up now. I feel like we can get more of a better germination here now on it. But when I sowed it in February, I usually went with 30 pounds. But I'm kind of backing off now a little bit. I'm probably going to be setting somewhere around 27. And if it makes 30, you don't know what you're going to spread until after you damn near get the field done. The big thing of it is you need to have enough out there to get a good stand, so you don't want to cut it short on there, so I use quite a bit of it. The good alfalfa seed is somewhere around $6.50 a pound. If you call, I'm sure it could be cheaper being on that, but I'm kind of just putting let me just make it like $6 on it. I've got alfalfa, it's down to $4 or whatever, but I use the highest and the best I can on it. But anyhow, that's going to run about $180 an acre for seed, roughly. That's quite a bit of money, more than you have to maybe on it. A brilliant seeder, you can use less seed being on that part of it. But that's my game plan as we go over, and we're going to airflow it on. I'm going to use a rolling basket and a roller to incorporate it. My fields will be packed down, so when I go across it, the only thing I'll be showing is the lug tracks, and then I want to go over it and get rid of the lug tracks. On rolling ground or anything like that, it's important that you get rid of all the wheel tracks or any ruts in the field, because it rains hard, it rains heavy. and it goes down on wheel tracks. The next thing you got a washout. And you can't go and fill these washouts up real easy. The only situation that you can do is dig ground from someplace, go in the hayfield and put it in there. So we've got GPS, we can spread fertilizer for you. There's been a shortage of drivers and whatever. Now the high cost of nitrogen, you might want to wait and put some on later. We can only do, if somebody's wanting to do this, please contact us, because we're going to limit our abilities here, you know, on the potter of it. So we are looking. We don't mind if it's real close. If it's in a field, you can buy the fertilizer from whoever you want. ADM now over in St. Louis is selling fertilizer direct, and they get it mixed. So if you come up with your semi-trailer or something to load up some fertilizer when you're hauling corn down, the thing of it is we don't know when we're going to get to you or how we're going to get to you for sure. It's just like weather. Nothing is going to change on that part of it. So this is kind of the commercial here for Farmers and Merchant Seed. But the humic is going to be put on my fertilizer at the blender part, and that'll keep the nitrogen that goes down into the stalk from burning the stalk. This is an airflow. It's going to blow directly down. You're not going to have streaks due to the fact that it's a wider broadcast. It costs more to operate. Since it's only a 60-foot boom, you worry about the other ones might do 80 on a broadcast or 120 feet. We only do 60. And since we turn shorter, all four of these wheels turn, so they follow the exact same track. And so they won't be mashing down that much corn on the headlands. So I'm on that part of it. How many acres we can do in a day, we won't know until we try it. The first Rogator cat told us that we could do 1,000 acres in a day. When I found out you had to travel 22 miles an hour, that ain't going to happen. About 8 or 10 mile an hour is where we're going to be at. We don't want to tear this machine up. It's not paid for. We need work to pay for it, and we want it to last on that. So we think we got a good machine from the people we got it from, and so far we're happy on it, but we really haven't used it to the max. We will be finding out. I will be doing other videos as we possess with this, so you get to see my hayfield growing and what we're going to be doing with it. So when my son's home out here running this or whatever, so I'm hoping that we don't have a big rain tomorrow, that we could have a week of dry weather. I think we can get a lot of work done, so being on that. But the Humihance will be on the fertilizer, and that'll keep that salt and stuff, break it down so the microbes can get to that fertilizer and take it to the plant and not hurt the plant. We've had all these big crazy rains due to the stupid storms that people create, or governments create. And people need to be looking at this, because the problems that we're having, if you can control the weather, you can control the world. And we got issues like this, and we've got people that's running our country that ain't even there. Their brain ain't even there. They're puppets on a string. We need to be asking, why are these people there on it? So God bless these truckers. When you're up there, ask them why the weather is fucked up here. You're on these roads here. You see the ice gets slicker than it's supposed to be. They're putting surfactant in the rainwater, or in the rain up there, and that's why the ice is slicker. Big hailstorms that we've never had before. This stuff here needs to be investigated in. You know, the thing of it is, they said, no, we're not doing it, but nobody will investigate it. And you know, we need people that start speaking up. We, the people, can make a difference. If you don't have enough faith in yourself and your God here, God's testing you to speak up right now, and that's what I'm doing right now. I am speaking up because God wants us to. He wants us to take care of this earth. It isn't His idea to destroy it if it don't need to be done. But if nobody's going to behave, and we, the people, He gave us the option of destroying this earth. It's up to us to save it for next generations. The more generations out there, the more souls that can go to heaven. And it's up to us to teach our children, and we need to be protecting it. And unfortunately, what we really need to do is protect our children from our own government, our other governments, and the corporate greed of that part of it. So when we have these different things, so I mean, the Canadian people are on to their government. It's time that we step up to it, and these other countries and stuff like that, because we can't afford war, period. Our resources are not here to be wasted anymore, and we need to conserve them. And you know, if we got to conserve fuel here with cars, all these tanks out there ain't doing anybody any good. So that's my point here. So forgive me. I'm a farmer. I'm a company. And all I want to do is goodwill to people and peace. We're trying to do our thing. We're going to put the fertilizer at the right place at the right time where it's needed to do the most good, to feed people. And I hope we're feeding souls that care about people. And we'll see what happens. Everybody's got to speak up. So is that good enough, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want on the YouTube part.
Okay.